All right, what's going on? We back for Getting Buckets, episode 10. I got Jonah with me. Y'all don't know him, but he worked with me, we text every Laker game pretty much. But sadly, our Laker season is over, and we're gonna get to that in a bit. But Jonah, how's it going?
I'm chilling. LA sports have been killing me. All I have is the Dodgers left, but other than that, that series was, man, whatever. I just hated how everybody had us winning. So, and I just had a feeling that
Yeah. I think it was just like the Lakers just couldn't figure out um, they couldn't figure out the size ultimately. I feel
yeah,
like the Lakers played better in a lot of games. The difference was the Lakers were always outshot by at least 10 shots.
it was also such a bad draw. The fact like the Timberwolves like matched it up to the Timberwolves, like low key they have besides having Luka and LeBron, I mean they have the size, they have the defense, and they have the shooting.
Yeah. But I think it was more so the shooting, I mean the size than anything because the Lakers played like everybody said the Lakers can't play defense. That wasn't a problem. The Lakers played good defense at times. The problem was they couldn't get a rebound.
Oh my God, that last game in that fourth quarter, damn near had me throwing my phone at the TV, bro. Like literally four chances. You
Yeah,
can't do
like look,
that.
let's see. Like the Lakers
Rudy
didn't put
Gobert's stat line, like he had like 20 boards and 30 points.
yeah, that dude, yeah. I hate Rudy Gobert, by the way. I can't stand it. He's my least favorite player in the NBA.
I hate him so much.
Like they had 117, 85, 104, 116, and 103. They didn't put up crazy numbers. It was just and most of those and the Lakers were outshot at the free throw line in every game, and the Wolves had like 10 to 15 more shots in every game.
Yeah.
You have 10 or 15 more shots and you lead in free throws, you're gonna win the game most likely. And that was the difference. The Lakers didn't have a big.
Bro, the interview after with LeBron where they asked him like your role as a center, like no center, and he was like, my guy AD asked him for a center and
Yeah.
out of there.
They shipped them up out of there. But I
Oh,
think
yeah. We have Mark Williams, we win the series.
very true. Yeah, it's very interesting that it was injury concerns that had them worried, but for them, they didn't play Dalton Connect at all.
Yeah.
And for them to rescind that trade not to play Dalton Connect at all is very interesting. But they can trade him in the offseason if they want to again and get like a player um, that they feel like doesn't have the injury woes. And while we're on that, what do you see? Because yeah, we know what happened in the series, but what do you think? Like the Lakers should do in the offseason?
I mean, I'd say obviously more depth. Like we had a bunch of good role players, but nobody that could come off the bench and like have the ball in their hand and get a bucket.
Hmm.
So someone like that, like a solid guard, I'd say, and then obviously a big like I don't care. Give me Bull, give him minutes. Like I'll take him. Just
I
any big that can rebound and just be a paint presence.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go into this offseason. They're gonna try to get two bigs. Um,
I don't even know who's available.
there's a lot. There's actually a lot. I know like Capella's available. Brooke Lopez is available. Nas Reed has a player option.
Man, Nas Reed, freaking Lakers killer.
Yeah, he always been that. But there's a lot of centers that's available in the free agency. Miles Turner's another one. He's a free agent.
It's been like
Um,
5 years of trying to the Miles Turner Lakers rumors
literally.
bound to happen.
So yeah, like yeah, Capella, Nas Reed, Al Horford, he's old though. But Brooke Lopez, he's also old. Miles Turner.
I
Um,
wouldn't mind Brooke Lopez would be a great addition.
they
He's
can
a
also I think they're gonna make a trade for somebody too. So they can make a trade for a big as well. Whether it's they try to make another trade with Dallas and try to get Gafford or
mm,
something like that. But I think they're gonna go and try to get two bigs. And yeah, I agree. I think they need somebody off the bench. That or they just need to let Gabe Vincent get loose. Like they need to let Gabe Vincent be who he was in Miami and let him come off the bench and not just be a spot up shooter
yeah.
and let him get loose and be active in the game plan. I think it's hard when you have three ball handlers. That's kind of why it's hard for them to because Luca like two of them are usually on the court at all times. Luca between Luca, LeBron, and AR. Um, and the one that usually is on the court by himself would be Luca, and when he's on the court, he go control it the whole time.
Mm,
But I do think they need another like guy that can come in and facilitate at times and could be able to create their own shot off the bench. And then yeah, two bigs. I think
yeah.
everything else they're fine. What what's going to be the question is I think somebody's going to be traded just so they can upgrade at center.
I know
Um,
you're going to disagree with it, but I hope we keep Rui.
he played well. He played well in the playoffs. My thing with Ruby though is just and I think what covers it up is like so he does play better on offense, but like he makes too many lackadaisical defensive plays. Like he doesn't do the little things well on defense. Like he'll see something happen, like he'll see it happening, but then he's like in his mind, he's just like too slow to react to it.
Yeah.
Like it'll be like a swing where he's supposed to rotate and help the helper. And instead of help, he knows and he's looking at like, okay, I gotta go help, but his body's like stuck in place.
Yeah.
So he's got to work on that thing.
It's like
Um,
he was the only dude on the court in that fourth quarter that I was like, I trusted to have him, trusted to have him with the ball in his hands. Just
yeah.
terrible.
In my Laker recap, I said it would have been very interesting to see how that game would have turned out if Bron and Luca weren't banged up
Yeah.
because they controlled the second. They didn't come out in the first half with like a point to like okay we need to win this game. In the second half they did that and they won the third quarter by like 8 or 9. And they started the fourth quarter solid and then LeBron got hit in the knee
Yeah.
and then from there it was just like they didn't have enough.
What were your thoughts on that game? Which one was it? Game four where they didn't sit where we had kept the same five in the entire second half?
I didn't mind it. They didn't look tired to me.
Yeah, they didn't look tired to me either.
They didn't look tired to me, and
I
all of
actually
them in the
liked it.
post game said they weren't tired.
Yeah, I liked it.
I think that game, bro, I had Minnesota fans in a pissy fit. Because I said that game wasn't called. I don't think that game was called the same way on both ends. Um, they allowed Minnesota to be a lot more physical than the Lakers in that game.
Yeah. The
Um,
stupidest shit what I hate about the NBA is the stuff where it's like they come back a day later with like, oh, this was an official foul. Like, why bring that up now? Like that foul that Jaden McDaniels had at half,
mhm.
like
I yeah.
so dumb.
I made that a video too. The next day when they came out and said it because it was the same day they said that Tim Hardaway Jr. was fouled in the Knicks game, and they said Luka was fouled. And I'm like, we already knew both of those were fouls. So you come out the next day and you just make yourselves look worse because everybody knew that was a foul. But then you have the Minnesota fans like saying it wasn't a foul. But it's like everybody else knew it was a foul, unless you were only Minnesota fans and Laker haters thought that that wasn't a foul. So it's like let's just keep it like the NBA should just keep it as a debate rather than coming back and saying, "Oh yeah, that was a foul." When like there's nothing that they can do to change the result of it. Like,
Stupid. I also just hate talking about that series just because like that last game, how can a team go, what was it, like 7 for 40, 7 from 3, something stupid like that, and you don't pull out with the win? That's just
yeah,
like that's just pure size though, because they just got so many
that's
opportunities.
but that's what I'm saying. That's how like the Lakers played. I feel like the Lakers played better than them in the last game. They played better than them in game 4. The difference was they couldn't grab a rebound.
Yeah.
So like everybody was like, "Oh, the Lakers can't play defense." That wasn't the problem. The Lakers played solid defense for most of the games in the series. They just couldn't get a rebound, and that's when the defensive possession is ended. But the defensive self, they got a lot of stops. They held Minnesota to poor shooting in most of these games. They held them under 50% in a lot of these games. They just couldn't grab the rebound.
Yeah. I also don't like blaming JJ for anything just because I think
I love
usually
JJ.
I love JJ so much, greatest thing ever, but like I didn't understand the maxi minutes at the end, giving him like not playing the entire season for the Lakers and for the most crucial part of the season, you have him in with like 4 minutes left in the fourth. He
I didn't mind it.
took
I
that
think
one
he was.
shot in the corner. It was like the biggest brick ever. He's
I
not
think
really
he.
good at any defense.
I think he was just trying to find some spark with size. So he was like, if he can come in, maybe he has a random like, and he can hit three threes in a row or something like that. And he's a little bigger, so he could add some size and maybe get a rebound or two that they wouldn't have gotten.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind. They had to find a spark because no outside of the outside of Rui, Bron, Luca, Dorian Finney-Smith, and nobody else played. Austin Reeves played bad in every damn game.
Yeah. I wonder if like how I this may be stupid, how the story would have flipped if we had a Trey Jemison or like Koloko or one of those big guys that was kind of getting minutes at the end to have that size.
Koloko wouldn't have done anything. He doesn't know how to play NBA basketball yet. That dude just fouls on every play. Trey Jamison would have been interesting. He doesn't provide anything offensively, but he for like he would have for sure been able to get rebounds out there because he's not seven
Would have been
four
able
like
to
Gobert.
do would have been
He
able to
would
do everything that Jackson Hayes was doing.
what you say?
You would have been able to do everything that Jackson Hayes was doing because Jackson Hayes didn't do fucking
Didn't
anything.
do anything. That's what JJ said. They were like, so you played like you didn't play the center, you didn't play Jackson Hayes at all. When you're getting out rebounded, he said I can play Jackson. Jackson Hayes doesn't get rebounds anyway, first of all, but he said I can play Jackson Hayes, and we won't be able to score, or we can do this way and at least try to score and match the output that the Wolves are going to get off these offensive rebounds because it didn't matter if he was playing Jackson Hayes or not. We wasn't getting rebounds. Jackson Hayes doesn't rebound the ball anyway. And that's his problem. Like if he could grab a rebound, he would have stayed on the court because he would have been a good rim threat. But that dude can't grab a rebound. He's too like frail. He ain't got no strength in his back pocket. Everybody just move him out the way.
Yeah. All he could do was dunk.
Yeah, he's really just like Derek Jones,
Yeah.
but 7 foot tall. Like he doesn't possess like the strength to actually go out there and get rebounds and stuff. He's just too big to be a small forward or anything.
Well, at least now I could root for the Timberwolves.
Facts. And man, my favorite player. So I'll for sure be rooting for them.
Uh-huh.
What is going to, I don't think they're going to trade. And Blinka came out and said he believes Braun and AR and Luka are the core.
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to trade AR, but based off that playoff performance, I wouldn't rule it out either.
They're not going to trade AR.
I don't think so neither. But with that play that bro, he didn't play good in one game.
I know. Except he had that one good second half where he had like 15 in the second half.
That was
After,
in that was in what game? That was in game 4. That was the one that they played all the minutes, right?
yeah, when
Game
he
four.
had like 3 fouls and went like 0 for 6 in game 4 in the first half. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, everybody was like, I saw someone tweet was like, Austin Reeves is the Kyle Kuzma of D'Angelo Russell's. And then there was like Austin Taylor Horton Tucker Reeves, all this shit talking. Usually everybody loves him. So I don't know. He'll bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, he played in the first two playoffs runs we had, like Denver last year, um, and then the run that we had before when we played Golden State, Memphis, and then Denver. He played good in both of those playoffs. It was just this year he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Um, but he'll get in the lab and get better. He averaged 20 points on the year.
And we all have to remember that it's literally we had a half a season where like our entire team, like in everything about our like identity and everything got switched around. Like, and what is Reed supposed to do when he's usually the main ball handler besides LeBron to now the third option? Like, I mean, he
Yeah,
obviously always was the third option, but like now he's like actually the third option where you don't need him having the ball all the time, and he rarely does get the ball.
yeah, that's what I also said in my Lakers season recap. Was that the Lakers like this trade, like they happened to play well, like instantly after the trade. So like we felt like they had a chance at winning a title.
Yeah,
But this trade wasn't made for them to
yeah,
win this year. It
for
was
the
made
next
for the
5.
next 5 to 10
Yeah.
years.
Uh-huh.
So um, it's like it's disappointing because we felt like yeah they still had a chance to like do something special this year, but their windows open a lot more now than it was with AD because it was like once Braun gone, who you gonna pair with AD and AD gonna be like 33, 34 already older. So who we got next in line? And then
Yeah.
you end up getting Luca, who's at the time was 25 when you got him. He turned 26 now, but now at 26, you could say at least he should play until he's what 35.
Mhm.
So like at a high level.
Yeah.
So that's a 9, 10 year span where you should be able to have Luca and and people are going to want to play with Luca, especially bigs.
Yeah. You see them? You see the Giannis rumors?
Yeah, he's out of there.
I know, but you see Giannis to the Lakers?
I mean, like I love Giannis. I think he's still the best player in the world, but I don't think we don't have we for one, I don't think we have the pieces, and two, all the pieces we have, I don't know if I wouldn't trade all of that for Giannis.
Yeah. He's definitely out of there though. I feel bad for the Bucks.
Now, if he was a free agent, that's a different story. Now we could go get Giannis, but we
Mhm.
don't have. We'd have to trade like Rui, Austin, Bando, like 3 first round picks, probably a couple more pick swaps. So then, who's left? You got LeBron, Luca, and Giannis, but Gabe will still be on the roster. Um, you'll have Dalton Connect. You'll have um, That might be it.
Nah,
So,
nah. I wonder where he's gonna go.
um, I think I think any team. I think my if I was him, um, this is just strictly basketball. It's not like taking into account city. I'd go either to Houston, I'd go to Oklahoma City,
Oh my God,
or I'd go to Minnesota.
that's crazy. For all what if he goes to one of those teams? That's a championship team, no matter what.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, no matter where he goes, I think it's going to be like they're going to have championship aspirations. But you pair either you trade Randall if you're Minnesota, or you trade Gobert and you bring Giannis up in there. If you're Oklahoma City, you can't pay all of those guys, so trade one of them and go get the Greek freak.
yeah, damn. And do Oklahoma still have picks to give away?
Bro, they still have like 1,000. They had like 5,000, so now they're down to like 8,000. Like they still got all the damn picks in the world. So if I was them, whichever one you like can't pay, like you feel like you're probably not going to pay, take him, take maybe like a Wiggins or something, send him with like 5, 6 picks, and go get bring Giannis in, and you have Giannis and SGA for the next 5, 6 years.
Damn.
And they have other guys already signed, like Lou Dort signed,
Yeah.
um, they've got Caruso signed, like Isaiah Joe signed, like they got guys signed, so they wouldn't lose depth, and they bring in Giannis Antetokounmpo. Man, you
I'm
kidding?
trying
And
to
they
think. I'm trying to think like which team would I have the most confidence in beating the Thunder this year in a seven, like in the West, beating the Thunder in a 7 game series. And honestly, like I don't know.
I
'Cause,
think
like,
I don't think Houston could do it, but Golden State, Minnesota, um, Clippers or Nuggets, I think can beat them.
you think so? In a 7 game series, I feel like the Thunder beat every single one of them in like 6 or 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Thunder played how they played against the Grizzlies, they'll lose to every one of those teams. SGA
Mm.
did not play well against the Grizzlies. Luckily, J Dub stepped up. But my question was all year was, can J Dub be consistent in the playoffs? And he was good in that first round, but there wasn't really no pressure because they beat those dudes easily.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna beat anybody else that easily.
Yeah.
So when the pressure starts mounting up, can he be consistent and can SGA get going? Because SGA didn't play well in that first round series. It was just they were just so much better than the Grizzlies. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Damn, that series, I didn't even watch 1 game of that series.
Yeah, nobody needed to, bro.
Knew from the jump.
Bro, they got up 27 one game, and yes, Ja got hurt, but he got hurt and they were up 26. If Jaren Jackson and Desmond Bain can't hold a 26-point lead, something's wrong.
Yeah.
They were spotted 26 at half. It was 26-point lead at halftime. All you have to do was hold 20. That means all you have to do is not lose by 25 or more in the second half, and you win the game. If you could lose by 26 or more, I mean, if you lose by 26 or less, you go into overtime. Them dudes lost in regulation. That was ridiculous.
Yeah. Grizzlies were not nothing. Nobody was worried about the Grizzlies. Like they were gonna go down first round no matter what.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But with that said, who do you got in the finals?
Um, I don't see the Thunder losing to any team in the West.
You
So
got Thunder,
yeah. And I mean,
Boston.
yeah, I know that's an easy answer, but I mean, I guess I mean the Cavs are.
I don't
I
think the
hope
Cavs have any chance of beating Boston.
you don't think so. I hope
No.
they do. I
I mean, I
hope.
would too as a Laker fan. I don't ever want to see Boston win, but I don't think they have any chance. I don't think they have like a fighter's chance of beating. But like, I don't think that series is gonna be close.
Do you think any like what? You think the Knicks are the only chance of beating Boston?
No, I don't think the Knicks could have a chance neither. I thought the only chance of beating Boston would have been a healthy Milwaukee because they wouldn't have had an answer for Giannis. And if Dame was healthy, Dame can go with Giannis. But
Yeah.
but
Damn, I think it goes Boston. I think it goes Boston, Oklahoma, and I think Boston wins in the finals.
yeah,
Like,
I mean, yeah, I think Boston is gonna win regardless. Um, I think the best matchup for Boston is the Clippers, though. Like, if we want the best series, I think the Clippers would be the best series because the
uh,
Clippers have depth and they have high power scoring that can match Boston.
yeah, I think the Clippers are going to win this series against the Nuggets.
I
But
picked Clips in seven. It's gonna be, but I also said whoever won this game five was gonna win the series. So that and Denver won Game Five, and now they're going back home. But anything can happen in Game Seven. But I just felt whoever won Game Five was probably going to win in Game Seven. I still felt the Clippers were going to win Game Six, but I felt that whoever won Game Five was going to. But because I picked the Clips, I'm going to roll with the Clips in seven still.
Yeah, you know who's like just like not been dead for the Nuggets? Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, he's only good against the Lakers.
He's so annoying.
Yeah, he's only good against the
Min-
Lakers.
Minus 24 was his plus minus.
Yeah, he's all yeah, that dude, bro. Have you been watching those games, like these games of that series?
I watched the first like two or three.
This dude, bro, when he gets the ball, I don't even wait for a pass. I know that shot's going up. It's going up at
He's
some
like,
point.
bro, he's like you, bro.
That dude, bro, I'm a great passer. What you mean?
He's like you in the Willows pickup games when I used to play. You just pull that shit from Yucatan, bro.
Oh, you mean with our friend? Well, that's because the people we were playing with weren't really hoopers, so I had to, bro. Then yeah, I was in Kobe mode.
Yeah.
I was cooking, huh? Yeah, let the chat know I was cooking. I was cooking. There was
All
no
right,
answer
all
for me.
right, all right.
Yeah, you brought it up. I didn't bring up the subject, but I was
I was
cooking.
just saying you would chuck it from Yucatan just like Michael Porter Jr., bro.
Hey, different is though. Mine went in.
Mm.
Mm, keep it a buck.
Damn, he only shot two threes. Wow, he's just like nothing. And Russ
He
had 40 minutes for them.
yeah he
That's
I think I think he re-aggravated his shoulder injury tonight because they didn't play him as much as they'd been playing him. Because yeah, he's been battling a shoulder the entire like this entire series. He hurt it in like early, like game one or two, and
yeah,
he, so that could be part of it. But also, that dude's a straight shot chucker that only plays good against the Lakers. It's always been that way.
yeah. Bro, the Clippers just have like they have a well put together team.
Yeah, their question mark is James Harden. That's the only thing that can hold them back is James Harden can't is he's not consistent in the playoffs.
Mm.
Even this series, like he hasn't. The good thing is he hasn't had like a dud game where he shot them out of the game where he's gone like 4 of 20.
Yeah.
He hasn't had one of those, but he had a good game one, and his next really good game was tonight, which was game six. So there was the 5 games in between that, or the 4 games in between that, and that's what they can't have when they get to this next round because they got to play. If they win, they got to play OKC next,
Hmm.
and that's when he's really got to be consistent because Denver doesn't have the depth to match the Clippers. So that's the Clippers' advantage. But the Thunder have that advantage. They have the depth that can keep up. So James Harden's gonna have to lock in and be consistent because yeah, I think he had almost 30 tonight and he had 30 in game one, I believe. He averaged, but the 4 games in between he averaged 16.
Yeah.
So it's up and down.
I'm like so not as invested. Like these playoff games are good, but just like there's so many teams I just hate. Like
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't want to see the Nuggets win. I don't want to see the Clippers win. So I don't give a shit about that series until they play like the Timberwolves or a team I'd want. And then like same thing with the Knicks and the Celtics. Like I'm not going to be watching that series. I don't like them either,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
No, I feel that. But I love good basketball, and this has been some of the best playoff basketball in like a long time. Like all these games, like outside of like the Cleveland series, the Boston series, even the Boston series, the games were close. It was just like nobody ever thought the Magic had a chance at winning. But the
yeah.
Pistons series was great. Um,
Pistons series was great. I'm
the
excited for
Clipper series good. Rocket series good. I hope that one goes seven.
you too.
Because if it goes seven, I know somebody fighting in game seven. Draymond is fighting somebody on the Rockets in game seven.
What's the dude's name? The freaking Hall of Fame school nuisance on the on the Warriors. The white
Pajemski or Brandon Post?
Pat Spencer.
Oh, Pat Smith, bro. I hate that guy. I hate oh, bro. I hate him. I don't like Post. Like I don't like all these like role players like acting like they gangster. Nah, bro. Leave that up to the real G's on the court. If Draymond want to talk, he got a defensive player of the year and he got 4 chips. Let him talk. Quentin Post, bro. We don't know you.
The Warriors have so many just like LA Fitness, like dudes that just look like they play at pick up LA Fit.
Yeah, bro. Like, and they always be the one talking. Like, but I love when karma comes around. Like Malik Beasley. Malik Beasley been talking all year long,
That was
and
so funny
lo
though.
and behold, he came and yeah, dancing on everybody, and then he got mad when Giannis did it back to him, and then he blew the game tonight for the
Yeah.
Pistons by fumbling the ball out of bounds. See what happens when you talk tough and you ain't that guy, pal? That's what
Mhm.
happened. Karma come around.
Except for the fact that he was low-key a sniper all year as soon as he left the Lakers too.
Yeah, he played. He was in Milwaukee last year.
I'm saying so 2 years ago he's on the Lakers throwing
Yeah,
up bricks every game, goes to
yeah,
Milwaukee and Detroit. Is
yeah.
it
Milwaukee, yeah, Milwaukee was all right, but yeah, Detroit, he was killing. He was shooting this year, but that's what I'm saying. He was out here. He should have just stayed in the shadows because we remember when you wasn't shooting with the Lakers, and then you did all that talking, and then you get to the playoffs, and now you literally choked the entire season away because you fumbled the ball. See what happened? Be humble. That dude is not humble, bro. And
I
it is
think
what it
actually
is.
this Knicks Celtics series will be. I think it could go to like 6
I
or
think
seven.
I think Celtics got them in five. I think the games will be close. Um, I just don't think, bro. Cat is not to me. Cat's not trustworthy.
That's true. That's fair.
You know what Brunson can do, but Cat, that
That's a
dude.
that's a baby.
Yeah, I've never been a yeah, and zesty. I've never been. I've
For
never.
all that,
Oh God, I can't stand that dude. But hey,
he's a
that's
bucket.
that's
He's a.
cool, good, bro. Now, he's a sometimes bucket,
I mean, for what? How tall is he?
7 foot.
He's got a strap for 7 foot.
Yeah, but he only uses sometimes. Sometimes he couldn't throw the entire gun into an ocean.
Yeah, and honestly, actually no, I was gonna say something stupid. I don't want to get
Nah,
clipped. I was gonna
go ahead.
say
Go ahead,
I
say
was
it.
gonna say Chris that like Porzingis is low key just like Cat, but I'd rather have Cat than Porzingis. But like
Um,
like as if going into a Lakers series, I'd probably be like if the Lakers were playing the Knicks and the Lakers were playing the Celtics, I think I'd be more scared against Chris Stapps than Cat.
oh yeah, and in the playoffs, I'm definitely more scared of Chris Stapps, because Carl Anthony Towns always finds a way to fade in the playoffs. He's always
Yeah.
done this, and now he don't even got to be the guy, and he's still like fade. Like he fouled out tonight. Luckily, Jalen Brunson hit one of the coldest bro. He had one of the coldest like ice like game winning shots I've ever seen him out, bro. That
So
move snapped dude's ankles and hit that three, bro. That was cold. That move was cold. Like that's going down in history.
he's
There
so
ain't too there ain't too many like bro snapped his ankles and hit the game winner in the playoffs in an elimination game. Like it don't get much better than that. Jalen Brunson, that was nice,
and had a 40 ball,
bro. Yeah, he did take 37 shots, but
15 for 33.
Jalen
Damn.
Brunson though, bro, that dude is special, and he only like 6'1", like, and he get it done.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so impressive. He get it done. Jalen Brunson, what Perk call him, Big Body Brunson, bro. That dude a bucket.
I hate Kendrick Perkins, bro.
Yeah, I hate him too.
My
I'm not
favorite clips are the
big on him.
JJ Redick when he wasn't a coach. It's
When
like,
he was on ESPN.
I mean, egoing Kendrick Perkins.
God. Yeah, him. Yeah, JJ used to be on Stephen A. and Perk.
Mm.
Yeah, that was good. That was good content right there. That was good content right there. All right, well, that's enough for the playoffs. We're gonna get into some more fun stuff, but I want to hear. This is because I actually don't even know who is gonna be in your list. I want to hear this because you're a youngin.
I am a youngin. But
Who?
that being said, I've watched a lot of like historical like movies and like documentaries and things, so I know ball about the old times. And I've played so much 2K with the all-time teams. So like that has some part of it too. But my
All right.
top 10 all time,
Yeah, your top 10 all time.
okay.
We'll start at 10.
Should I like list them down, give my reason, or just list them?
Nah, dude, yeah. Give your reason.
All right. Okay, 10, Hakeem.
Okay, I fuck with a king.
My reason is he's the only player to win a chip with no other All-Stars on his team, and also he's just a goated defender. 9, I have
Well,
Shaq.
actually, I think Dirk won without an All Star.
Like, well, like in that era for Hakeem.
Yeah,
9, I have Shaq.
that low?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just because he had like the greatest peak, one of the greatest peaks ever, but after that, not so great. Became like the Robin to Dwayne Wade immediately after like owning the Lakers.
But yeah,
So,
but no, I'll let you keep going. I'll
and
let you keep
he had amazing coaches in like Phil Jackson and Spoelstra, so that's why I have him that low at 9. Then I have 8, I have Larry Bird.
over Shaq is crazy.
Uh-huh.
Over the Diesel is
Larry, because
crazy.
Larry Bird's just like he's him and Magic own the 80s. Like that's just their era.
And
Just like the 80s back. Okay, bro, you're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be freaking
and
me
bro,
out.
you put
Every
Mike
name.
in on this list because he owned the 40s.
No, but like the 80s is like the pivotal of like basketball, bro. Like that's like the reason why the NBA is like the NBA.
I mean, yeah, they helped turn the league around, but the reason NBA is because of the NBA is because Mike Jordan.
Mm. He also won 3 straight MVPs.
He did win 3 straight MVPs.
7, then I have Magic,
Okay,
greatest floor general ever, and had every single skill. And like, yeah. 6, I go Curry.
that's 6. Okay,
Yeah, most revolutionary player ever. It's changed the game.
okay,
5, I have Kareem.
okay,
Just a complete package. Chips, MVPs, defensive teams,
okay,
whatever. Uh, 4, Tim Duncan.
okay,
3, Kobe. 2, MJ. 1, LeBron.
okay. We're gonna get back to the top of this list in a second.
Okay,
So you didn't have Kevin Durant,
I did not.
but you had Steph on this list.
Yeah,
Steph ain't a better basketball player than Kevin Durant.
yeah, but Steph changed the game,
And
and he's what six? Steph's like 6'3", 5 rings. Led his team has led this franchise his entire career. Like literally, the only reason why people are pulling from freaking far is because of Curry.
that don't mean he better than Kevin Durant though.
I just top 10 all time. I think I think all time means the most like legacy when they leave the court. Why they're the
Okay,
greatest.
yeah, that's
And
fair.
that's why I have Curry
My
over
list
him.
is different. Mine's the who I feel is the 10 best hoopers of all time.
If it was Hoopers like bucket getters and stuff, then
No,
yeah,
just like basketball players. I like my
basketball players.
list is the 10 best basketball players of all time.
Then basketball players, and I mean I have Curry still in there, but I put KD in there for sure. I'd take out Hakeem.
Oh, I think Akeem would still be in mine. I don't know if I have Bird in there. Uh, but yeah, keep going. Oh, so you had Akeem at 10. You had who was 9?
Shaq.
Oh yeah, bro, you tripping. Shaq is in the top 5 somewhere.
But like isn't it fair to say that he had like his prime, but then after his prime, he was just like a role player? He didn't
Sure,
like,
but I mean that's fine. But he had a but I'd argue he had a prime from when he was drafted in what 91, and his prime lasted until granted he wasn't Shaq in Miami, but he was still averaging 20 something and 12.
yeah, but he didn't. What did he really do anything like with his team and except for the Lakers?
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just like, he wasn't like Shaq wasn't, oh, like shit, we're playing against Shaquille O'Neal right now, unless he was on the Lakers. Like, they weren't doing that for the Heat because it was just like, we're playing against Dwayne Wade, and don't forget, they have Shaq.
Well, yeah, for the Heat, yes. But in Orlando, Shaq was Shaq.
I mean, yeah, but like, Shaq wasn't really Shaq until he got to the
No,
Lakers.
he was Shaq. He wasn't Diesel.
Hmm.
He wasn't Diesel yet, but he was Shaq.
Was he just, I mean, was he
At that
just as
point, he was
dominant?
Shaq in Orlando was taking he was at that point he was getting boards and pushing it down the court. Like he
Yeah.
had a different element. And then when he got to LA, that's when he became Diesel and he
Do
was
you have any like achievements in Orlando? Is that a stupid question?
um they went to a finals. They lost
Didn't.
to Akeem.
Hmm.
They lost to Akeem. It would have been interesting to see if Penny didn't get hurt. They probably would have had more success if Penny Hardaway didn't get hurt. But it would have been very interesting. But if Penny didn't get hurt, who knows if he ends up becoming a Laker? So you never know how that goes.
I guess like
Here's why I think Shaq got to be so high. Because when we do hypothetical arguments, everything is hypothetical except for one thing. Whoever was guarding Shaq was getting 30. If Shaq in his prime was getting 30 and 15 on, no matter who you put it on.
yeah, but you can say that about a lot of these
No,
guys
you
on.
cannot. I can no. Everything else is debatable. There was no stopping Shaq. You could have a good game. You could have a good day against Michael Jordan. You can have a good day against Bron. A good day against Kobe. There was no good day against Shaq because you
Have
just
you
there
have
was
Shaq
nobody
over?
big enough, nobody strong enough, but nobody fast enough, nobody quick enough to just guard Shaq in 2001. There was nothing nobody could do with it. You
Have
wasn't
Shaq
having a
over
good day.
Kareem and Tim Duncan?
To me, it well for you as like greatest, I think they'd be over Shaq because you're doing like because you care more about like
Like,
career, so that makes sense for you. But for me as just basketball player, Shaq, like when you talk about if you talk about like the five, if you could take the best versions of any player in history, Shaq it might be the first player you take.
yeah. I don't, that's fair. But even if we're talking like straight basketball players, I still have Larry Bird in my top eight. That dude was a hooper.
No,
That dude literally did everything, bro. He was the white LeBron in the 80s, bro.
dude. But what he did is normal now.
Uh, like, yeah, I guess.
That's
But I mean,
that's my point. Like,
but still, even what he's doing now, it's like he'd still be doing what he did in the 80s, he'd be doing now, I think.
I
Bro,
don't know.
he
I,
didn't miss. He was dunking on dudes.
that's fine.
Like, I mean, he
Christian
was
Brown dunks on people.
okay, bro. But you know what I mean? Like, with all the adding on to all the accolades that he had, bringing his teams to the championship all those years, like, that's top eight.
But
He's a top.
he also on his team. There was also like he played with five Hall of Famers on his team.
Yeah, but that you can say that for everybody.
No, you cannot. He had five Hall of Famers like in their prime on his team along with him.
Well, like you could say that for Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant had Hall of Famers on all of his teams.
Okay.
That doesn't change. If you're saying basketball player, Larry Bird as a basketball player, like he was still a bucket getter, no, and he was still like a great basketball player, no matter if he had Hall of Famers on his team or not.
Yeah, I didn't say he wasn't. You just said the winning, and what I said to my point to the winning was he also played with five Hall of Famers. Same with like Magic played with a bunch of Hall of Famers. Kareem played with a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like again, most all the guys that people usually have in their top 10 had Hall of Famers around them, no matter where they were.
No, yes, but them two specific, them Celtics in the '80s and the Lakers in the '80s, they those like yes, usually there's like a dynamic duo, maybe a trio. Those teams had like five, six Hall of Famers on one team,
Yeah, that's true.
and that's what I'm like when you talk about them having like Magic having five, uh, and Bird having three, Kareem having six. He got one. He got one with Oscar in Milwaukee. But those teams in LA and Boston, bro, they had five, six Hall of yeah, like um, Golden State had four. Um, the Spurs had three. The Lakers had like Kobe and Shaq. It was just them two was Hall of Famers.
Yeah. All I'm saying though, like as basketball players too, when I've watched all these guys like highlight reels on TikTok, like the TikTok edits or like on YouTube, bro. Larry Bird's up there for like getting me the most hyped when I'm watching his highlight reel. The shit he does, bro, it's wild. And shooting like that, and they're just buckets. He was a bucket.
He ain't better than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I guess not. But
I'd
that's it.
argue. I'd argue he might not be better than Kawhi Leonard.
Larry Bird's not better than Kawhi Leonard.
I can make a case Kawhi Leonard might be better than Kevin Durant.
Kawhi Leonard may be better than Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I can make that case as well.
Hmm. I love
And,
Kawhi.
and Kawhi in his prime, he was the best defender on the planet, and could give you 27 in his sleep
Yeah. That one game, what game was it? When was it game one or game two when he had that when he it
when
was
he didn't miss
yeah, when he went like
game two.
16 for 20 or something
Yeah, he
stupid.
missed one shot in the first half and two shots in the second half.
He just has the most like pure jumper. It's crazy.
Yeah,
He's
it's
one of
it,
those
it
dudes, he's one of those dudes where it's just like either a switch, it's just like a swish every time. If one of his shots on, it's just a swish every time.
yeah. Yeah, no, for me, like I don't know, Bird just never like watching, like it just doesn't, he doesn't like do anything. Like to me, like what he did, like I just like I felt like for his time, like yeah, that's fine. To me though, like he looks like I feel like he'd be a solid, like I feel like he'd still be a good player in today's game, but like he'd be like I feel like it's what he does is normal now.
Yeah. Also, I'd say if I was just thinking about like me as a basketball fan and like all the actual live basketball I watched on a daily basis my entire life, like this top 10 is obviously so switched up. because it's all these players that I actually am like, these are the best
Yeah.
basketball.
Well, yeah,
But
you also like yeah, everybody. You said Curry. That's probably the only one you've seen in your and
I mean,
you
Curry,
saw
LeBron,
like end and LeBron, and then you saw like the end of Kobe.
yeah, not even like I literally the only memory I have of Kobe like was literally that the game where he tears his ACL.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah. So yeah, everybody else, and yeah,
I like
no,
vaguely
you would
remember
have
his
caught the end of Tim. You caught the end. You would have caught the end of Tim Duncan.
I vaguely remember his retirement game. I was so young. So yeah, Curry's really the only one there. But then if I'm thinking like out of my lifetime, the top 10, like I'd probably have Luca in there. I probably have Kyrie in there. Uh yeah, LeBron, KD. I don't
Well,
even
yeah,
know.
of your
Maybe
lifetime, yeah, LeBron, KD, Steph that's the three. Kawhi's the next. Kawhi's four. Um.
Giannis is in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. The freak,
I
Jokic,
put I put Jokic in there. Uh
and then I mean the rest. Like it'll be
oh,
time. AD's probably in there. Anthony
the
Davis.
rest are toss-ups for me. Like I'd have some stupid arguments that people would hate, but like I'd want Dame there.
He has an argument. Eight, yeah. AD,
Harden
Dame,
still, Russell
Harden.
Westbrook still,
Yeah. Who's your seven on your list?
Magic,
Yeah, that's
which
fine.
low key like Magic. I don't
I'm
know.
just not the biggest Magic. I'm not the biggest Magic fan either.
Mm.
Like I feel like people put him up there because of how like him and Bird like got the NBA out of like a dark place. So I feel like especially the old heads in their hearts, like that's what they remember. But as when we just talk about strictly basketball, bro,
Yeah.
Magic Johnson, granted, he wasn't like they're not
Wasn't
asking
even
him
that
to
good of a
score.
shooter, right?
What you say?
Wasn't even that good of a shooter, right?
No, he wasn't really a shooter. Like and like it was a different time, so like there wasn't the emphasis on the three or anything like that. But even his handle don't look like he don't got an insane handle. Like average dudes now got an insane handle. Like they got better handles than Magic had. Like he got great vision, yes. Um, but to me, like he'd be a better version of Ben Simmons in today's game.
Okay, that's crazy.
Like, well, Ben Simmons before things went bad in Philly, he was on track to being one of the best in the league. He
Yeah,
was he went to the All-Star game 2, 3 times in a row.
dudes were comparing him to LeBron.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a 6'10" point guard, and that's what Magic was 6'9". He's a 6'9" point guard, and I think he would have been a better version of what Ben Simmons was. But I don't think he was as good defensively as Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
But he was not afraid to shoot like Ben Simmons. So like offensively, he would have been a little bit of a better player. Um, but like them two, like they just I don't know. It's hard for me. Like it's hard for me to put them in today's game. Um, Magic more so than Bird. Like I said, I think Bird fits in. I just don't think he's like I don't think we consider him as good as he was because I feel like what he does, everybody can do now.
Yeah. I will say all of these dudes on my top 10 I have dropped over 40 points with on 2K. So that makes the point. That does have a point in it.
Steph, I love having Steph in there. Um, I just don't think he's better than Kevin. Like to me, he's never been better than Kevin Durant. I just think people don't like Kevin Durant.
Yeah. I also when I was like 6, asked Kevin Durant for a picture and he said nah. So I've always had held that little grudge on him. But still, I don't know. Curry, like that's watching Curry live, like I don't know, crazy. He again, he
No,
switched.
Steph is spectacular, but if we going like, and here's also what they played on the same team, and he was the best player.
But also you gotta think like Curry. Wait, you're saying Curry was the best player?
No, KD was the best player.
Curry also like sacrificed a lot of his like a lot to allow KD for like to
You can
take
say
care.
that, but what we know was Kevin Durant was the best player,
Yeah,
and here we could also say Kevin Durant might not have a championship, but I'd also argue if Kyrie and Kevin Love don't get hurt, they don't have that first championship. And if Kevin Durant doesn't come, they don't get those other two championships. And who knows where the Warriors go from there.
You could argue that. Yeah.
because Brown took them to 6 games in 2015 by himself with him and Dellavedova.
And that's why Braun's number one. And
Yeah,
Della Vadova is like right at 15 for me.
yeah, he took them to Game 6 by himself. No Kyrie, no Kevin Love, just him and Dellavedova out there.
Yeah.
And then they came back from 3-1. And Draymond said it himself. He says, without KD, we wouldn't have won another championship. And then the conversation about who is Steph Curry would have been a lot different.
Damn.
And I believe if Kyrie, just one of them, if Kyrie or James Harden didn't get hurt in Brooklyn, they probably win that year.
If Oh, really? Who'd they
Well,
lose to? Was that Milwaukee?
they lost to Milwaukee, but remember they were killing Milwaukee until they both got hurt.
Yeah, I do remember that.
They were killing Milwaukee. And now think of how we think of Giannis. That probably would have been a KD championship run, and Harden have a ring.
Oh, Harden was on that team. Oh
They were
yeah.
they were killing. There was no stopping them. The only thing that stopped them was that
Who they
one
but
Kevin
who they
Durant's foot
have?
was too big. What do you say?
They have who did that Nets team have besides
It
them
was
three?
them three. They still had Claxton. They had Jeff Green. They
Was it
had Joe Harris, and that's when Joe Harris was still good.
Jared Allen on that team too?
Jared Allen was not on that team.
Never on the Nets.
He was on the Nets, but I don't think he was on that team now. Um, yeah, no, they trade. I'm pretty sure they traded him
Right.
because they had DeAndre Jordan.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure they traded him the year that KD and Kyrie signed. They trade. Either he left or they traded him to Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then and then you had Tim Duncan at 4. I like Tim Duncan. Um, that dude don't even say anything. He just hoop. And then your 3. Why you have that order?
Just out of respect. Like if I would actually do it, I'd do probably Kobe two and then LeBron one. But I mean, definitely LeBron one.
Hmm.
And then just like, I don't know, the MJ, whatever, like Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, and then
Okay.
Kobe.
So
So
your criteria is just like your career is like your list is like based off career.
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think if that's your argument, yeah, it's hard to you can't. LeBron has the greatest career of anybody,
Mhm.
so I'm not sure you can if your argument's career, I'm not sure you can take that away.
Basketball players, I still have Braun one. And I think Michael Jordan drops a bit.
I don't. I think at their I don't at their peak, um, I don't know. Bron at his peak was Kobe at his peak or MJ at his peak. It's close, but I'd probably take for me Kobe at his peak. The difference was Kobe at his peak. When Kobe was at his absolute peak, that's when the Lakers sucked. Unfortunately,
And was Kobe at his peak, was he number 8 or 24? 24?
he was 8.
Oh, he was 8.
Like when
Okay.
Kobe was having 81-point games and 65-point games,
At Kobe.
that Kobe, that his team sucked.
They were trash.
They were trash. That was the problem. So like when you think about Michael Jordan, him at his peak, his team was good. Bron at his peak, his team was good. When
Yeah.
when Kobe went on the 3-peat, Kobe was coming into his own, but he wasn't Kobe yet.
Yeah.
When he got the next 2 chips, he was still good, but he wasn't as athletic as he was a couple years prior. So it was like in between in those the years in between those championships was his absolute peak. The team just wasn't equivalent.
Yeah.
And I think that's what hurts Kobe's in a lot of people's minds. That's what people. I don't think that's what people think about. Um, and that's also why he doesn't have more MVPs because he was putting up numbers, but his team just sucked. There's only so much he could do. And Steve Nash, for some reason, got 2 of his MVPs. Now that pisses me off. That
Steve Nash,
pisses me off.
Steve Nash is a hooper though.
Yeah, Steve Nash was a good player. Bro, how do you average 13 and 10? How the hell you have the MVP?
Yeah.
Like, get
Everybody
out of here.
everybody hated that.
Yeah, like that don't make no sense, bro. Like you can't average 13 and 10 and be the MVP. If Kobe averaged 13 and 10, they'd be like, what the hell is wrong with him? And that's my problem with the award. It like people just vote for who they and they also the media also didn't like Kobe, but they love Steve Nash, and so he got them MVPs. I could even argue Shaq maybe could have got one. Kobe should have had one for sure, if not both, but Shaq could have got one as well in that mix. Tim Duncan got a Kobe MVP too.
How many MVPs did Kobe end up with?
One.
He only had one. Damn.
He should have no less than three for sure
Yeah.
at minimum, but it is what it is. All right, y'all. Well, that was Jonah's list for his greatest players of all time.
Yes, sir. Drop what you think in the comments below, but no hate allowed.
Nah, you can hate on this dude. We ain't tripping on that.
All right. We do that draft.
Yeah, we got a draft for y'all. We're gonna do under 25 years old players in the NBA. Under 25, 25 and under. So they gotta be 25 or under. You
I
wanna
know
go first?
I know your first pick, so you can take them.
No, you can go first. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
My first pick is my favorite player. I'm going Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I'm going Ant-Man. I won just off that. We taking Ant-Man all day long.
It's just like a starting five.
Yeah, we'll do a starting five and a six man.
Okay, cool.
You
So
can go twice. You'll go twice.
so you took Ant, and I'll take Wemby,
One B.
and I'll take who did I say? I'll take LaMelo.
Ooh, that's an awful pick.
The gorgeous pick.
You took LaMelo so early.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm
That's the
going. I'm going. It's okay. I'm okay. So I got Ant at the two. I'm taking Cade at the one.
I'd rather have LaMelo than
You're
Cade.
tripping. And Cade
I'd
played
rather,
defense. You are
I'd rather
tripping,
have
bro.
LaMelo than Cade.
You are tripping.
A healthy
You
LaMelo.
are tripping, bro.
Bro, my team just straight flashy, just like, oh my God, the entire stadium is just filled out, just getting ready to watch a
You are,
show.
bro. You are, bro. Cade didn't already just made a playoff,
Yeah, but you put Melo on that Pistons team, a healthy Melo. Oh yeah, the Pistons are winning that series.
bro. No, they are not, bro.
Yeah, just keep going. What's your next pick?
I'm gonna go. I got Cade. I got Ant. I'm going Paolo at the four. At the we'll put him at the four for right now.
Yeah.
Banquero,
And I go Jalen Williams,
J Dub.
and I go. Oh, you're gonna hate this. I know you're gonna tell. I go Franz at the four.
Oh, you tripping, bro? You tripping, bro? Okay, bro. I'm about to smoke your
Okay,
team.
actually, wait. Does Franz go in the two or the four?
What you say?
Is Franz going to go in the two or the four?
I probably put him at the two.
Okay, then I put Franz at the two.
I'm gonna move Paolo down to the three. I'm gonna put Evan Mobley at the four.
Oh, damn, that's who I was gonna take next.
I'm gonna put Evan Mobley at the four, and I need a center. I'm gonna go. Hold on, let me check. I need to check if this guy is under 25 and under. Go. He is. He's 25, and I'm going Jaren Jackson at the five.
Interesting.
Oh, we got a squad piece.
Okay, but you know who my four is?
Ooh.
Zion.
Oh yeah, I didn't want Zion.
What a steal.
He's not gonna play.
Oh gosh, what a steal.
You picked a bunch of dudes that's just gonna be hurt the whole time.
I get the right training facility. I get the right training facilities. Zion cuts some. LaMelo
Bro,
stops tweaking his ass off every day.
you
And
gotta
bro,
have bro.
oh my God, you don't understand. It goes like Franz crossover to LaMelo behind the back lob, Zion wins meals, and then throws up another lob to Wemby, and Wemby knocks that shit down.
Bro, you're about to be playing 3-on-5 basketball.
And then wait for my sixth man. My sixth man's friggin' legendary.
Who's your
Oh wait,
sixth man?
my pick again.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's you.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay. And then Ja will be my sixth man.
Ooh.
Bro, I killed your team, bro.
It is. There's no way.
Bro, I
Like
killed the team. Bro, Cade,
everybody,
let's go. We can go position by position. Who's
yeah,
that? Who was your one?
LaMelo.
Cade. Cade's better.
That's not true.
That is so true, bro.
Not true.
You just like LaMelo, which is
No,
fine, but he's not better than Cade.
we're doing healthy. This is like everybody's at their healthiest.
That's fine. Cade's better than him, bro.
Okay, bro. Whatever you say. I guess the leader of the pod gets the right answer every time, bro.
Well, we're gonna let them vote, but I don't think anybody in their right mind thinks Lamelo doesn't play any defense.
I don't need defense for my offense.
Or you're gonna need some defense. And then I got who's your you had friends at the two? I had Ant Man. We know who wins that one.
Yeah, yeah, you can take that.
At the three, I had Paolo.
I have J-Dub. J-Dub.
Paolo's what?
J-Dub's better than Paolo.
No, he's not.
I'd rather have J-Dub at the three than Paolo.
I mean, that's fine for you, but Paolo's better. J Dub hasn't done what Paolo's done.
Okay, fine. Then who's your four?
I put Mobley at the four.
And Zion's backing his fat booty down and dunking it. Mobley, bro.
Bro, Evan Mobley just won Defensive Player of the Year.
Doesn't matter.
Evan Mobley just won Defensive Player of the Year, bro. I
You'd
have
rather
the reigning Defensive Player of the Year.
have Evan Mobley than a healthy Zion? Nah.
No, I mean, if I was building a franchise, I probably want Zion, but like, but like for this team that I was building, yeah, I needed some defense on my front line, and then
Mhm.
at five, and then I took another defensive player at the center who could also space the floor, Jaren Jackson.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah, I'll give you Wemby.
here's the thing. I have Wemby, so like anything you're trying to do in the paint, I have Wemby. Anything you're trying to do in the perimeter, I got five quick dudes ready to.
Wemby's not in the paint. He has to guard Jaren Jackson.
Doesn't Wemby's arms are long enough to be
Wemby
in.
has to. He has to come. It doesn't matter. His arms can be long enough. Fine. He has to come out to the 3 point line.
It's fine. Then I switch Zion onto to what's it called?
On
I
who?
switch I switch Zion onto Jaren Jackson.
He okay. Then Wemby has to guard Evan Mobley at the 3 point line.
Evan Mobley is not that good of a shooter.
He's shooting like 40% this year.
I let Evan Mobley shoot, and if he hits one, then maybe we step up.
Look, I'll tell you, he's shooting good this year. That was his biggest improvement this year was his 3 point shooting. Let's see how much his 3 point percentage. Yeah, he's shooting 38%.
Shit.
Yeah,
Uh, I'm
we
still so happy for my team.
I got shooting everywhere. We got everybody, bro. We can get a rebound and push because my bigs can get the ball and push. We good.
Doesn't matter.
You don't
Imagine.
have any defense besides Wemby. You only picked
Okay,
one defensive player, or I guess Jada plays defense.
but imagine. Yeah, J-Dub does play defense, and then imagine an offense where you can have LaMelo, Zion, and Wemby.
I don't care about that,
It's
bro.
crazy.
I got Cade, Ant Man, Paolo, J Jack, and Evan Mobley. Bro, I got a bunch of guys that can just switch 1 through 5.
All I'm saying is my team is more fun to watch.
Oh, that's not. I didn't build a team for fun to watch. I built a team to win, and I got Ja coming off the bench,
Well, that's what the NBA is for real.
bro. And I got Ja coming off the bench,
You, this team is stacked. I'm so happy about my team.
bro. And I got Ja off the bench, bro.
Jaws made.
Bro, you just picked you picked half the dudes that just ain't going. Like I said, Lamelo ain't playing. Zion ain't playing.
But if they do,
That's a big if.
but all we've been talking about are ifs.
That dude's. What ifs? What was my if? I didn't pick no if.
No, I'm just saying, like all these previous conversations, they're all topicked around ifs.
Yeah, but this ain't no if. This is you,
All I'm saying is
you,
if
all we know is both of those dudes have been hurt more than they've played. So for you, it's actually your hope. You're like you have a bigger if. Mine is more realistic because they've actually missed more games than they've played.
who are the dudes who are the dudes that people in the comments would be like, damn, how'd this dude go undrafted?
Under 25, Garland, Shingun.
That's who I was thinking, Şengün or Zion, but
I'm not the biggest Sengun fan though,
you hate Şengün, bro.
bro. I feel like he doesn't do anything. Like
He's like a Walmart, just like 10 times more mid Jokic.
yeah, like he goes in the post and like just does 10 pivots and then just throws up a hook shot because nobody falls for anything.
There's Tyrese Maxey.
Maxi's a good one. Jalen Green. Or you
Chet.
know who I wanted to pick just because I love him?
Bro.
Jalen Duren.
I love Jalen
I
Duren.
love Jalen, bro. That's a big strong.
He's like one of my most used prize picks, like centers that I bet
Bro, I
on.
love Jalen Duren. I wanted to pick him. He just wasn't. He just was not as good as like Evan Mobley or Jaren Jackson.
I'm saying, bro, it would be lit to be a Pistons fan. Just
No,
like
It would not. I mean, I guess maybe now, but
No,
like,
I'm saying like if you're like just getting into basketball and you're like I want to be a Pistons fan, like
oh
that
yeah,
I'm
like
excited.
going forward, yeah. But for the last 20 years, hell no.
Obviously, I'm just saying like it's probably so relieving for them. They have like a franchise to look forward to now.
Yeah, they just need to pair somebody with Cade, and they're gonna be straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Jalen Duren, but that's who I wanted to pick. All right, but yeah, y'all in the chat, man. Y'all got to make sure y'all. I know my team better, and I actually put a team together. You just put players together. I actually put a team together.
Yeah, I put players that I won't ever have to be scared for them not getting a bucket. It's gonna
Like,
happen.
but they all need the ball.
Doesn't matter.
They
I
all need the ball. Like my guys can play. Like my guys can play with each other,
Give me a coach like JJ where I teach them how to move the ball around. Oh, we're chilling.
bro. You think Lamelo moving the ball around? Lamelo gonna come down, do three behind the backs, and shoot a step back three, and
Hey,
then the rest of your team, bro. Wimby gonna be like,
that's why he was my second pick.
Wimby gonna be like,
Exactly. LaMelo's gonna do all that and then throw the oop to whoever he wants
and
to
then
throw.
Zion gonna be like, give me the ball.
Bro, we can simulate this game on 2K, see who wins. I'd cook you.
Bro, my team. Well, 2K you might win.
On 2K, oh yeah. Uh-oh, maybe I was just thinking about how good of a 2K team this is.
Yes, because some dudes in 2K are different. Like,
Just all the rim runners.
yeah, like Wimby in 2K is ridiculous.
So is Zion, and so is
Yeah,
LaMelo.
Zion's crazy. I haven't used Cade in I've used Ant in like a my league. He's fun to play with. But yeah, like no. But in 2K, yeah, no, your team probably win in 2K. But in real life basketball, yeah, nah, we got this. I'll give you 2K. I'll give you that one. But we put my five or my six with Ja coming off the bench on the court. Oh, we winning that.
I don't know. I
Bro,
like my squad,
you're gonna lose for a simple fact you don't have any defense.
but what's defense when you have a good offense?
I have like I have two defensive player of the years. Ant's a good defender. Cade's a good defender, and Paolo, he's a solid defender. He's not like spectacular.
I
He's
have a good enough defense to like contain your offense
no,
though.
you bro. Lamelo's not guarding anybody. It's blow by, bro. We're just gonna be calling Lamelo into the pick and roll every time because
Oh,
we targeting that boy,
you've never seen LaMelo in like a serious setting
bro.
before.
Look. When I tell you, bro, just like look, the Wolves were targeting Luca, we targeting Lamelo on every play. Come get in this pick and roll, big dog. Come get in this pick and roll.
I don't know. I like my squad, and I think, and hey, let us know, LaMelo or Cade Cunningham. Who would you rather have at your?
Cade,
Come
it's not even close, bro.
on,
Cade's
LaMelo.
done more this year than Lamelo's ever done.
You ever see the clip of LaMelo getting scared by the mascot? He's like slaps the shit out
Yeah,
of
that's
the
funny.
mascot.
Like, what
Whatever.
did Cade average this year? Cade averaged 26, 6, and 9. LaMelo ain't never averaged a season like that. Let's look at LaMelo's season. LaMelo averaged 24 or 25, 5, and 7 on 40% shooting. That dude is a straight
LaMelo's my guy, bro.
that dude averaged so he averaged 25 points on 40% shooting. So he probably took 20 somewhere between 20 and what 23 shots a game to get 25. That's awful.
LaMelo's my guy. I have Jello performing at half times, and we having a sold out stadium every single
Bro.
game.
This dude, bro, you proved my point, bro. This dude did not try to win a basketball game. This dude was just trying to put entertainment, or he's just trying to sell seats. He'll sell some seats, but y'all ain't winning no basketball games against my five.
You never know what the NBA people are doing now. How many of these games are scripts? Let's be honest.
A lot of them,
Exactly.
a lot of them. But we got it in though. We got Ant-Man. I got the face of the league with me too.
Uh,
I got the face of the league with me, and I got the best player under 25.
we can walk out of this saying we're both rooting for Ant to make it far in this series. I mean, make it far in this playoff run.
It was up to yeah. If it was up to me, Minnesota would win the title.
Hopefully, I'd love that.
It
I'd
was up
love
to me because I don't want Denver to win. Um, I want the Clippers to win. Somebody on the Clippers, like I love Kawhi, but Kawhi already got chips, so I
that.
don't need him to win no
Clippers,
more.
the Clippers win, bro. I'll be so sad.
I wouldn't be sad. I mean, for me, it'd be like about time. Like, damn,
I hate the
how
Clippers.
long y'all gonna wait to win? We got 16 of these things, or we got 17 of these things. Y'all sitting here at zero. Y'all got a
Yeah.
long way to go, little brother.
Yeah. Did you ever go to Intuit Dome?
Nah, there's no reason for me. I don't really care. Like, bro, I'd only go there to watch a Clipper game, and I don't want to watch no Clipper game.
I got to go to Clipper Laker game when like Luca was sitting on the bench.
Like, I'm Laker. I'm Laker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody bought me tickets, maybe, but I ain't spending no money to go watch the Clippers. Nah, ain't happening. Hey, y'all want to give me a free Clipper ticket? Go ahead. Other than that, though, nah, I'm a
Yeah.
Laker. That's my goal in life. I want to like, bro. I will know how I've made it in life if I end up with Laker season tickets at some point.
That's the dream.
I need some Laker season tickets,
Hopefully,
ideally on the floor.
hopefully Luca's still playing.
Shit, I don't care who playing. If I got some Laker season tickets, bro, I'm good. That means I'm good in life. So that means, bro, I'm about to be at every Laker game.
Yep.
I'm about to be at every Laker game. I might even be at the road ones too. Because why the hell not?
It'll be the Lakers' new Spike Lee. They're gonna be
Facts.
the Lakers' Spike Lee.
Well, like, we got what's his name? Uh, Jack Nicholson. We got
That
Jack.
that dude hasn't been at a Laker game in so long.
Oh yeah, well now he can't go. I think his son goes now. Maddie loves him,
Yeah.
and
I
so
think
now his son goes. But yeah, he always used to go. But yeah, now he's like old and don't want to go. So yeah, that would make sense. But
yeah.
before he got old, that dude was always at the Laker games.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's a
Uh,
wrap on episode 10. We'd like to thank Jonah for taking time with us.
Thank you for having me.
He'll be back on, especially when we get to some fantasy football season.
Oh shoot. It's coming up.
Yeah,
Coming up.
it
Coming
ain't
up, we
too
talk
long.
about how the Packers got the best draft pick in the whole draft.
I do think they got the best receiver.
On God, they did. Oh my
But
God.
but finally they listened to me. I said I've been telling you for 2 years. What did they need?
Dude, they had me jumping on the couch. It was like for the first time since 2002, the Packers drafted a wide receiver.
I'd been telling you they needed this. You was like, oh nah, we got Dobbs, we got this guy, we got Wick.
Except, except he has an ugly jersey number. Why
Like,
is he wearing 22 as a wide receiver?
oh, yeah, that is disgusting.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah,
But
that is
he's a
disgusting.
dog.
See,
All
bro, the
right.
Packers finally listened to me. Now, if he pans out to, but that's what I said. They needed a number one.
Yeah.
You can't win with a bunch of number twos. You got to have at some point you need a go to guy where it's like, and that's for any team. I don't believe you can win without having a go to guy, whether it's a tight end or a receiver. You need a go to guy where it's on fourth down when a game on the line. I don't care what the coverage is, double team, triple team. Hey, JJ, go make a play. Jamar, go make a play.
Yeah.
AJ Brown, go make a play.
Hopefully he's the guy. Hopefully he's the guy we've been waiting for.
You need one of them. So
All
yeah,
right.
they finally listen to me. But yeah, man, that's a wrap. Make sure I hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all share. Um, till the next one.
See
Peace.
you.